Hey, what if I told you that fear isn't the enemy you've been running from, but the teacher you've never stopped to learn from? Today, we're unpacking something that's been shadowing all of us quietly, consistently, and let's be honest, far more predictably than we like. We're talking fear. Not the horror movie fear, not the jump scare fear. I mean the real stuff. The fear that whispers when you're trying to sleep. The fear that shows up right before you take the leap. The fear that convinces you that not now is somehow wisdom and not avoidance. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast, and I'm your host, Jason. You can catch us on all your favorite platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can listen to our episodes on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our home on Podbean. Folks, we want to hear from you. If you are interested in being a guest or contributing, reach out to catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Join the community today and be part of something truly transformative. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 138, part 1, Finally Facing Fear. Okay, so before we start talking strategy, science, or soulful breakthroughs, we really have to talk honestly. The other day, I stared at my phone for like a solid 3 minutes, just staring. I needed to make a call that would change something in my life. Not life or death, not earth-shattering, but something really important. And my thumb was frozen. I mean, legit frozen, like I forgot which side of the screen dial was on. And in that moment, I realized something. Fear doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just stalls. And it slows you down just enough to miss opportunities that were meant for you. Man, do I have stories. I mean, there was this time a few years ago, I was really, really overweight. And I signed up for this gym, and I pulled up to the gym. I was really excited about taking the class. New environment, new people, new version of me. I was trying to build better back. I walked in the door and then walked right back to my car. And here's the thing, it wasn't because the gym was scary, and it wasn't because the class was too intense, but because fear showed up wearing the costume called, "You don't belong here." I'm sure you've met that costume before, right? Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that most people don't say out loud. Fear isn't a stop signal. It's not a signal to stop. Fear is a signal you're stepping into something meaningful, something honest, something pure, something real. But what we do is we confuse discomfort with danger. And that's when a modern thought leader like Seth Godin says, resistance will only show up whenever we're on the edge of something important. He's not being poetic. He's just being practical. Resistance, fear, isn't proof that we're unprepared. It's proof that you're growing. Let that sink in for a minute. Resistance or fear isn't proof that you're unprepared. It's proof that you're growing. So let's break this down into simple language. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that keeps you alive, well, guess what, folks? It can't tell the difference between starting a business, asking for help, publishing your story, walking into a gym, and being chased by a bear. To your brain, it's all unknown. And unknown equals threat. So, when you feel fear, your brain isn't sabotaging you. It's protecting you in the only way it knows how. But here's where the data comes in. So, a study in 2019 from the University of Cambridge found that 85% of the things we fear never actually happen. 85%. That means most of what fear warns you about is fiction. Very persuasive fiction. So you're probably asking yourself, what do we do? What do we do? Well, Let's blend some insight with something you can actually use, because knowing that fear is normal, it doesn't make it easier to face. Brene Brown says, you can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you cannot choose both. But here's the part of the quote that we don't talk about. Courage is an absence of fear. Courage is the decision to move with fear, shoulder to shoulder, breathing the same air, walking into the same room. And yes, sometimes it still sweats. Can somebody give courage a towel? It's profusely sweating. Okay. All right. Let me give you one last personal moment. As you guys know, there was a year in my life where everything collapsed. I have to talk about it. My relationships, my marriage, my health, my cancer coming back, my relationship with family members, plans, identity. Fear wasn't just an occasional visitor, folks. Fear was my roommate. It sat with me in doctor's offices. It climbed into bed with me at night. It narrated every decision with a worst case scenario. But one day something finally shifted. I remember saying, hey, okay, if fear's going to be here, all right, then sit down. But I'm not going to hand you the steering wheel. You're not taking charge. I'm in control. And I remember just slowly but surely, day by day, life started moving again. And here's the thing. It wasn't because fear disappeared. It was because I stopped letting it call the shots. And each and every day, through the cancer coming back, through my wife wanting a divorce, through my father's wife raising money and taking it away from me, from my job firing me, from COVID happening, from all of that, I just let fear sit down and I took the steering wheel and I drove every single day. Was it easy? Hell no. But I got up and did it anyway. And that was the difference. So let's do this. Let's get into the practical part, the takeaway that you can use today. All right. We're going to do a simple exercise. It's called the 2-minute fear scan. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So go ahead and find a quiet moment. In fact, right after this episode would be perfect. All right. What I want you to do is first identify. I want you to ask yourself, what's the one thing you've been avoiding because of fear? What's the one thing you've been avoiding because of fear? Just one. Is it a conversation? A step? A decision? That's decision, not decision. Decision. Raw, real, and unedited. Or is it the truth? Okay. So what's that one thing you've been avoiding because of fear? Name it. Number 2, your next step is going to be describe that fear. Answer this. What story is fear telling me about this? What's the story fear is telling me about this? Is it telling you you're unprepared, unqualified, unwanted, unworthy? Be honest. Put it on paper. Because fear hates clarity. Step 3, rewrite the script. Ask yourself, what would I do if fear wasn't here? What would you do if fear wasn't here? Write it down. Be honest with yourself. What would you do? Step 4, take the smallest step possible. Take the smallest step possible. Not the biggest, not the boldest, not the most cinematic Hollywood moment. The smallest step. Go ahead and send the email. Go ahead and walk through the door. Make a list. Research that thing. Say that sentence. Because here's the truth, folks. Fear loses power through action. Not confidence, not motivation, action. Action. Take the step and let fear adjust to you for once. Now, you might have to do this more than once, but don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on you. Some days are dark. Sometimes the floor comes out from underneath you and you think there's just nothing there, but there's always light. And there's always light. And there's always hope. Fear cannot take the wheel. Take action. and take the step to let fear adjust to you. You can do this. You're not alone in this. We've all been there. Know that there are other people out there like you going through something that might be similar. It may be completely different, but they're going through something. And fear is holding them back. It's time to take action. It's time to start being who you were meant to be. If this episode hit something personal today, good. Because that means you're on the right track and on the edge of something powerful. So do this. Don't run from it. Don't numb it like so many of us do. Don't negotiate with it. Just face it. Face it with kindness, honesty, and one small, brave step. Because fear isn't a wall. Fear's the doorway. And today, you finally walked toward it. So be proud of yourself. Love yourself. Take action and make it happen. That's it for today, folks. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. Like and subscribe to our podcast for even more motivational content. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok for even more inspiration. And make sure to grab The Ways of Compromise, my first book. It's available today. If you're looking for something, if you're looking for a book that pushes you to see your choices, your connections, and even your approach to tension in a completely new light, well, this is the one. Thanks so much for joining us for part 1, episode 138. We look forward to seeing you next time for part 2. Yes, there's a part 2 to this. And that's going to be on episode 139. Thank you so much for listening. Go be great.